How's it going, guys? This is Iceland here, bringing you ICBA week number 1. This week we are going up against the Rhode Island Rotoms. Pretty cool logo. You can see it at the top right there. And yeah, as far as my team, you can check out that in the description below. No, not in the description below, but on my team builder, you can check out what kind of team I'm bringing and the sets in depth if you want to know that. Also, as far as my opponent's team, I expected the first four, the Terrakion, the Tornadus, the KB, the Cresselia, but I did not really expect this Guntank. I guess that's for default options, but it doesn't really look like it's going to put in too much work against my team. I do have the Blizzy that can just kind of wall it. I do have Dugtrio that can trap it. I have Volcarona that can do stuff. The main thing is Steelix. Steelix just sits there. So, unless he has Fire Blast, of course. But, yeah, also Mimikyu, I didn't prep too much for it because I'm kind of like, okay, Mega Steelix is right there, and it really can't do much to Mega Steelix, like, honestly. Even at +2, it's just not, not happening. So, let's get right into this game. I predicted him to lead with Tornadus. So I led with Swellow just to be able to protect, get my guts up, and get my Flame Orb up, and then be able to U-turn out of there, or Facade, depending on what I want to do with that. So yeah, unfortunately he leads with Terrakion, which is the other option. I was thinking either Tornadus or Terrakion, but yeah, he unfortunately doesn't lead Terrakion, so I'm guessing he's gonna go get up rocks here. I didn't know if he was Choice Scarfed or not, but basically I stayed in and went for U-turn to scout if he was Choice Scarfed. If he was Choice Scarfed, he would take me out right there, but then I would just be able to trap him in with the trio and take him out. So there I found out he's not Choice Scarfed. So I'm going to switch into Dugtrio, hoping that he goes for rocks, in which he does. So now I'm trapping him. But unfortunately, you're going to see right there, he does have the Shed Shell, which is quite annoying, but, it is what it is. He does just go into Cresselia, take the Levitate. If I predicted him to have the Shed Shell and go for Stealth Rocks, that would have been so good. That would have been awesome. But nonetheless here, I go into Stonehenge, take an itty bitty amount of Stealth Rocks damage, and he goes for Energy Ball. Funny story. The first time we actually had this battle, I couldn't Mega Evolve my Steelix because I didn't have the Mega Ring or Mega Stone or Keystone, sorry, and I didn't know I had to have it to Mega Evolve, so I had to go back in game and battle the guy from Kalos or whatever in Sun and Moon so that I could Mega Evolve. And here he is. Mega Steelix is here. Just a great great design in my opinion. I really like what they did with Mega Steelix. It just looks so menacing. But yeah, so I got the Toxic off. I didn't really feel like subbing there because I didn't really feel like taking health, and then he's just gonna be able to switch into something and break my sub. And I'm forced out. So I just decided to go for the Toxic. I didn't really expect him to go into Stun Tank, so Toxic was really a great play against anything. I do go into Majesty here as he clicks the Hammer Arm. Now I did expect him to predict my Blissey, but I thought he'd have Superpower, or something like that. But he actually has Hammer Arm, and he does get a crit on Majesty, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, now his speed is lowered, so I'm guessing I'm going to be able to outspeed here, but I don't. So that's a bit weird. He must have a lot of speed in order to, because Tapu Fini's base 85. And I know Tornadus is really fast, but -1 speed is gonna take your speed down a lot if you're really fast. Like the faster you are, the more it gets lowered. But yeah, like, geez, I mean it gets lowered by 33%, like no matter what. But if you have 200 speed, it's gonna lower by more points than if you have 100 speed. That's what I'm trying to get across right there. So he makes a fantabulous play here, if that's even a word. Makes a great play going for Hammer Arm there. So that's quite annoying. Another one could possibly take me out, but Toxic is racking up on him now. Like in 2 turns, he's definitely gone because of the Toxic. So what he's gonna do, he's actually gonna switch. I wanted him to go for U-turn, but seeing how he has Hammer Arm and Sludge Wave, I'm guessing he maybe doesn't have U-turn, but I go for Protect anyway because I wanted to get extra lefties in case he wanted to get greedy with the Hammer Arm. But yeah, he just goes in the KB. Now this is a pretty big problem because if he does have Substitute and he has a decent amount of HP investment, then I can't really do much to this thing because I can't Toxic a Substitute, obviously. So we're gonna throw up a Wish there, hoping that I don't really know what he'd go for. Um, but I thought maybe a Dragon Claw or something like that. But yeah, he does go for this Substitute, which is pretty damn bad, if I'm to be honest. Because now here, let me just put this chair out. All right, there you go. So it's pretty damn bad. So he goes for Roost here, which is a very interesting play in my opinion. If I'd switched into Tapu Fini right there to get the Wish, that would have been so good. I would have gotten left back up to like full health, and then just proceed to Moonblast him. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not what happens. As gonna fade the sub, and gonna get all that health back with the Wish. And now I'm gonna get another Wish up because I don't really know what he wants to do. He's just gonna click sub again. So he has Substitute, Roost, and now if he has Hone Claws, he only has one other move. So I'm kind of fine with this because one move cannot really take out my whole team. You know, if he has like Bolt Strike or something, then he can't hit Steelix. If he has Dragon Claw, then he can't hit Fini. So yeah, it's kind of an issue for him. So I do go into Majesty this turn. Again, just a godly play here. Going for the Fusion Bolt and being able to take out my Tapu Fini. At the same time, I don't really know if that, like, later we're gonna find out that his last move is Ice Beam. Spoilers. So you know, Fusion Bolt was really his best play against Blissey. So I don't know if that was really prediction, but I expect him to go for Dragon Claw or something like that against my Blissey. Turns out he didn't even have Dragon Claw, so he's gonna be able to take out my Tapu Fini there, even with the Wakana. I'm not even Fizz Def, so I knew I wasn't gonna live that. So Arjtotska is right here. I'm gonna bring in Spicy, and I'm just gonna click the Sizing Toss here because I knew that I could pretty much wall this thing, like unless it had a Dragon Claw. But if it had Dragon Claw, then Mega Steelix walls it. So yeah, I'm just going to live that hit. It does so much, and before I saw the crit, I'm like, how do I beat this thing? It does so much damage. Oh, I gotta take Tapu Fini off the layout real quick. But yeah, it does so much damage. How am I gonna beat it? But then I see the crit, and I'm like, okay, never mind. It's not as threatening as I first assumed. So yeah, at this point, I think I just go for another Wish here. Yeah, I kind of have to, because you know it's kind of a play. You know, I don't want to get Blissey too low to the point where I can't really do anything. Now I really contemplated going into Steelix here to catch the Wish, but at the same time I didn't really I didn't want Blissey to be left with like such little health. You know, like after the lefties here, if I don't get the Wish, I'm really low. So I want to be able to stay in here and get the Wish. Luckily though, he does go into Terrakion, as I do go for the Seismic Toss, predicting him to predict me to protect. And unfortunately for him, I'm going to be able to Seismic Toss. I always say it really fast, like Seismic Toss. Like, that's not really, it's Seismic Toss. It's not Seismic Toss. It doesn't matter. I predicted him to actually go for a Substitute there, but he just went for he just wanted to Terrakion. I mean, eventually, I'm pretty sure Kieran Black 1v1's my Blissey, which is bad because of this sub, and he can Roost, and he can eventually just stall out my wishes. But yeah, right there, I thought he was gonna go for rocks. Like at that point, I was so doomed because I didn't have Tapu Fini to fog. I thought he was just gonna go for rocks. I went into Dugtrio to just threaten him and then maybe predict his Cresselia, but I really thought he'd go for rocks there. I wanted to get Dugtrio in before the rocks went up to preserve my Focus Sash, but he went for Taunt, which is such an interesting play. I thought he'd just go for Close Combat. Maybe he doesn't have Fighting Stab on the Terrakion, but that would be very interesting because I do have a Mega Steelix and a Blissey, so I don't know. So I'm actually going to predict his Cresselia to come back in and go for into Volcarona. There's a chance he brought in Tornadus, but I was pretty sure he'd just make the same play in the Cresselia there. Really no harm, no foul for him. But yeah, as I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz, here the correct play was actually to go for Quiver Dance, because seeing how much that did, another Quiver Dance plus a Bug Buzz I would have been able to OHKO with a Bug Buzz. And if I went for Quiver Dance this turn, I would have been able to take the HP Rock better. because I had the +1. I would have another boost in special defense. But at the end, it's not really gonna matter because I mean, honestly, what all he has to do is go into Mimikyu and Shadow Sneak. Um, but it would have been I would have had more health to be able to maybe live a Shadow Sneak. So I just go for the Fire Dance there for that animation. I don't really know what the animation was. Also, if he wants to predict the Bug Buzz and go into Tornadus, even though that would not be a play that he would make, but who knows? Maybe just make him scared of my Volcarona a little bit more because now I'm at +2 special attack. So he goes into Mimikyu here. Luckily, I'm able to live a Shadow Sneak, but I can't. I obviously can't live 2. I live 1 on 5. Obviously, I couldn't have lived 2 even if I had Quiver Danced another time against the Cresselia. So it really didn't matter in the long run. It just would have been a better play to Quiver Dance. So yeah, I do break the disguise there as I get another Spatak Raise Edge. Not that it really matters, but what I really could have done this turn was either bring in Mega Steelix or Swellow to take the Shadow Sneak. I probably should have done that because sacking off. Oh, oops. I gotta remember to take off these mons from the layout, but sacking off Volcarona didn't really make much sense since Death Fart is Death Fart. Right? Like I should have kept it around just to have it to switch into an attack to let it die and then bring in something else. Because I did have a switch. I knew he had to Shadow Sneak there. I did have to switch in Swellow. If I brought in Swellow, I would have got the instant Flame Orb, and then I would just be able to Brave Bird something. If I went into Steelix, I'd just be able to soak the Shadow Sneak and then get a sub up. But yeah, I stayed in with Volcarona. That's okay though. His Lizard does get hit with the poison, and he's going to go for the Hammer Arm to break my sub. I went for sub that turn because I didn't really know what he'd switch into, so I just wanted to kind of see what he wanted to do there. So yeah, he's gonna get the speed drop. Not that it really matters at this point, unless I bring in Dugtrio, because then I could outspeed with Stone Edge. But yeah, so this next turn he's going to drop if he does not. He's gonna die to the Toxic if he does not switch. So I'm just gonna bring in Spicy. Just seemed like my best overall play here, as he does click the Hammer Arm. Does so much to us, but unfortunately for him, it does not take us out because Blissey is a fat piece of lemon pie. Is that even a thing? Lemon pie? They should do that if that's not a thing. That sounds good. But yeah, Tornado is going to go down to the Toxic, so Steelix picking up a kill right there because it's a passive kill since he went for Toxic on the Tornadus. So yeah, there you go. Stinky Man right there, Skuntank. So I don't really know why I went into Skuntank. He could have gone into KB to take me out. Well, no, actually, Feuding Bolt probably wouldn't have taken me out. But to be honest, like I had no reason to switch. I could probably take I really trusted Blissey to be able to take a Poison Jab, even if he went for it, which he didn't. He went for Pursuit, thinking I'd switch, but I really didn't have it. I really didn't feel like I had a reason to switch. Maybe Poison Jab could have taken me out, but I mean, I was just sacking Blissey at this point. But it turns out to do way more than I expected it to do. So at this point, do I go for another Wish or Seismic Toss? I believe I go for Seismic. No, do I? Maybe I go for another Wish. I don't know. I know he's switching to Mimikyu here though, as obviously that's a play. I think I do go for a Wish, yeah, because I wanted to make sure that if I did have to switch out, I could just go to Mega Steelix and soak the Wish and then get back up to full, and that would be nice against the Skuntank, obviously. But he does switch into Mimikyu. He's gonna go for the SD, which is fine with me. Again, I could have switched into Steelix and just walled the hell out of this thing, just click Ironhead because his disguise is broken at this point. But no, I just decided to stay in. Again, Blissey really does not serve a purpose for me because KB can 1v1 it. It's nice for Skuntank, but I already have Steelix and Dugtrio for Skuntank, and even Swellow to a degree. It's not nice for Terrakion because Terrakion's obviously good against it, and like I said, KB just beats it. So I'm just gonna sit here, hoping to take one play rough as I do, just barely. This is a +2 Life Orb Mimikyu with play rough, and it still didn't take me out. That's just how physically bulky Blissey is. It's obviously especially bulky, but I mean it's got really good physical bulk because of it's got really bad physical bulk, but because of its HP, it really helps it a lot. That's why you see like pretty much every Blissey go physically defensive because it's already enough. It already has enough special bulk, but since it has really bad physical bulk, you can make it better by going physically defensive, and it's gonna be able to take hits. So it's really not a waste to go physically defensive because it can take hits from the physical side, as you just saw right there. Obviously, it didn't take it well, but that's because it's a +2 adamant play rough. So, and remember, he wasn't the strongest thing ever. Here, it just goes from Woodhammer, which is kind of annoying because I really wanted the Blissey to get the kill right there, because Toxic would have taken him out that turn. He would have taken Life Orb, and then Toxic would have definitely taken him out. So that's quite annoying, but I guess he just wanted to do it for that thumbnail, of course. So yeah, now I go into Stonehenge because basically if he goes into Skuntank, I have a good matchup. If he goes into KB, I should have a good matchup unless he has Earth Power. You know, I can take any one hit. If he goes into Terrakion, then oh well. But yeah, so he just goes for the Pursuit there. Again, not really sure why. He pops the Shuckle though, so that's good for him. I guess that was for my Dugtrio. But yeah, he's going to be able to take that. Even without the Shuckle, he probably would have lived it, depending on the roll that I would have got. But again, he did have the Shuckle, so that's fine. Here's the Sucker Punch here. I'm just going to be able to set up a substitute here. He shows that he does not have Fire Blast, obviously. He would have gone for it. Or Flamethrower or whatever. And this is a very peculiar set here, because he has Poison Jab, Sucker Punch, and Pursuit. That doesn't really do anything to Mega Steelix. It doesn't really do anything to Blissey. I guess he was offensive for Tapu Fini, but I'm fine with this. I can, you know, I don't really see it, you know. His last move was probably Defog, but I don't know. I just think he should have brought like fire coverage for my Steelix. Maybe he didn't predict me to bring Steelix, who knows? But you know, because I have a sub up there, because I took advantage of the Skuntank, I can basically just live any one hit from anything on his team, and click Earthquake or Iron Head, depending on what he went into, and I can just take out whatever. You know, if he goes into KB, he breaks my sub with Ice Beam, and then I can Iron Head him, and that should obviously take him out. And then he only has Terrakion left, in which Dugtrio could take him out. But if he sacks off Terrakion to break the sub, which he does right there, now he has KB, which is obviously the bigger threat against my team because it is just bulky naturally. It's got a lot of HP, but also it's good for my last 3 Pokemon. So he's going to take out Mega Steelix. Obviously, I was really whittled, but Mega Steelix picking up 2 kills and then another passive kill, so that counts as 3 kills. So that's pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. Gonna go into Quicksand. I do have the Stone Edge, so hopefully I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage with that. You know, I was just wishing that this would be a 2-hit KO, but because he has lefties, it's gonna definitely be a roll, and that's scary for me. So it does bring me down to my sash here. I just want to click Stone Edge to be able to pick up the hopefully pick up the knockout, but it looks like he might live on a smidge here. So I do go for Stone Edge, and what do you know? I miss. So that's actually really bad, because now he gets to Roost, and now it's going to come down to a 50-50 with Swellow. Because, I mean, if I miss this next Stone Edge, then it doesn't matter at all. But luckily, I am able to hit the Stone Edge. So KB is going to get whittled by that, obviously. And the last Mon I have against the last one I have Swellow. Basically, if I click Protect and he clicks Sub or Roost, I lose, because then I can't kill him with Facade. But if I click Brave Bird here and he clicks Roost, I have a chance to kill him with Facade. And Brave Bird will probably bring him below substitute damage, so he couldn't sub, and then I'd be able to take him out next turn. We know he's not Scarfed, obviously, because he has lefties. So yeah, basically I ended up, like, this took such a long time to like think about this, like what would give me a better chance of getting the right outcome here. So I went for Protect, and he did go for the attack, so now I have a chance to take him out with Facade, which is my strongest move, and it takes him out. I swear, I thought he was gonna live on just a little bit somehow, but no, Swallow is just too strong, as Swallow's gonna be able to pick up the last kill right there. Such a game. I mean, I was really close to clicking Brave Bird and hoping that he was gonna predict my Protect and go for it. either roost or substitute, but at the same time, he didn't know I had protect. I hadn't revealed the protect, so he could have just thought that I didn't have protect and just attacked me, you know. But in my mind, it was honestly just a 50-50. But yeah, luckily protect was the right play. If I'd clicked Brave Bird there, he would have just been able to take me out with a fusion bolt. But yeah, that's that. That was such a close game, honestly. Hell of a way to start out the game. If I had live recorded this, that would have been awesome. But I just couldn't at the time. So it's all good though. We pick up a win. Next week we're going up against the Alabama Crimson Surf. And it's like, let me look up his name here. This is a long ass battle. And this was post-com too. So if you watch to the end, that's good on you. All right. So why am I on YouTube? Hold on. Yeah, ICBA week 2. We're going up against the. I know who we're going up against, but I don't know. I forgot his name. It's like Hispanic. It's Hispanic at the Disco, so that's cool. Anyway, again, great game to top. He played a great game again. Like it just came down to the last turn, to be honest. Like when it comes down to the last turn, when it's 1v1, that's one of the greatest games to watch. Not to play because it's so stressful, but to watch it, it's really cool. So again, his link will be in the description below, so make sure you go check out him as well as every other coach. I think maybe will be in the description below. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.